Hey there, Scratch friends. I've got a fantastic, fun new lesson for you that I'm going to call Zoom. Let's start by right-clicking and deleting our little cat. And let's change our name to Zoom. And, of course, do file save so that you don't lose it. For Zoom, I want to add a cool sprite that would move. I'm going to go to Transportation, and I'd like you to pick one of these that is cool. I'm going to choose to zoom with the spaceship. When you bring the spaceship in, we need to add some events. The first event is a when clicked, but when clicked, I want it to broadcast a message. And the message I want it to broadcast is a brand new one called Zoom. Then I want this sprite to receive the message called Zoom. So I bring out the when receive, I switch to the Zoom choice, and I start sending some cool code. The first thing I want to do is make it a little bit smaller, so I'm going to change its size to 60% as big as it is now, so it's a more appropriate size. When I send it quick, you can see there it adjusted it because I clicked that. The next thing I want to do is move it to a certain location. I want to start him at a x of 0 and a y of negative 100. There's my 0, there's my negative 100. So now when I click zoom, he moves over again. And then I am going to also add a show. I'm going to put that in between, and I'm going to do this just in case we ever make this a little bit cooler where it hides things. So it's called zoom because we're going to make him move, and we're making move using the arrow keys. The first thing I'd like you to do is put in a repeat forever, and then we need to sense an arrow key. In our little forever loop, bring down an if-then. And for our if-then, we are going to grab the key. So we want if the right arrow key is pressed, and we drop that in the box, we switch to the right arrow. We want the value of x to increase by 5. So we're going to change x by 5 and press enter. If we click the little start button and we move our right arrow key, notice he now moves across. Let's duplicate that. Oops, I was on the wrong piece, so I'm going to hit escape. I want to duplicate the whole little loop, and I want to put it below. And if we're going to do a right arrow, well then of course we've got to do a left arrow. But for the left arrow, we want to change x by negative 5. Now if I move left arrow, he goes left and right. Well, of course, if we're going to do that, we need to make him go up and down, so let's duplicate that as well. Now you notice here I accidentally put it inside the loop. You got to make sure you put it below. There's the up arrow. And this time, instead of changing x, I'm going to right click and I'm going to delete that. And I'm going to change y. I'm going to still go by positive 5 because up arrow would be up in the air. And then I'm going to duplicate that again. Make sure that I put it below. Switch to the down arrow. And this time, I want to use negative 5. So now, my rocket ship can drive up, down, left, or right, all over the screen. Thanks for following along. Make sure you hit save now so you don't lose your work. There are many cool things that you can do with this. I'm going to leave the rest of those up to you as you experiment and play.